So, Billie, what are you having for dinner tonight?
Do you know what? I've actually been using quite a lot of recipes from HelloFresh recently.
Yes, love HelloFresh.
I know it's just so easy and like so convenient, especially like busy working mums, so easy to the door and that's it, done.
Yeah, I totally agree. And we are pleased to say that this podcast episode is sponsored by HelloFresh, the UK's #1 recipe box kit. And we've got a special discount for you too.
What I really like about HelloFresh as well is that you do use all of the ingredients. There's like no food waste, and also you sort of tend to like use different recipes which I wouldn't normally cook at home.
What would you say is your kind of favourite HelloFresh meal?
Do you know what? I cooked one the other night for Greg and the kids, and it was a butter chicken recipe.
Ah, my favourite.
Yeah, I actually thought of you when I was cooking it, and I wouldn't normally cook a curry for all of us, maybe for me and Greg, but it was really mild in spice, so I made it for all of us, and actually the kids loved it. All night they was calling it Bill's butter chicken.
That's brilliant. And the best bit is, guys, we have a special treat for you. You can get 50% off your first box and 35% off your next 3 boxes when you use the code Sam and Billie in capitals. What is the code, Billie?
It's Sam and Billie in capitals. Enjoy guys.
Hi everyone, and welcome back to the Sam and Billie show. How's things with you, sister?
Yeah, all good, thank you. Just you know, January. But no, all good, thank you. But also, I really wanted to say a huge thank you to everyone. We've had some really lovely comments on the YouTube channel.
So lovely, thank you. We've got one here actually from Ashley. Do you want to read it out?
Yeah, it says, "You girls are so lovely. Really enjoyed listening. Have watched you girls since Towie and have loved seeing your beautiful families grow. Congratulations, Sam. Look forward to more episodes. Love from Dublin."
Aw, thanks, Ashley. That's so sweet. And Ella says, "Does anyone else just feel like you're sitting with your mates, having a nice time? Love you, girls." Oh, that's exactly what we want to hear.
Exactly. That's why we're doing this, because we just said, like, it obviously, because we're not filming together anymore, we want to sort of, it's like something else, isn't it, for us to be doing together and just having a gossip and
like
a chat.
what she just said, like, I just feel like I'm sitting there with my mates listening and being involved. That's exactly how we wanted this podcast to be.
Exactly.
It's so good. Thanks, guys. It really does mean so much for you to be as involved as much as possible. So, you know, keep all your comments and, you know, things coming on our Instagram.
Yeah. And even if you have any questions or any topics that you want us to talk about, just DM us on the Sam and Billie Show Instagram.
Yeah, because between us and the team, we literally go through all of it. So
yeah,
it won't get missed. And actually, today's episode has been inspired by you guys, as you reached out saying that you want to know a bit about our health and fitness routines and, you know, everything in between. So, yeah, we're going to give you as much as we can on our health and fitness.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's get started. Okay, guys, just to say before we get into this, we are not health experts. We're just going to be sharing with you our experiences and
it's
what
more
we
like our
found
personal views and experiences as being mums, I guess. I think, like, actually that's quite a key point, actually. Like, I think when you become a mum, do you think that your outlook on health changes, like on what exactly being healthy is? Because I do think, like, it's not, when you think, oh, I need to be healthy, I need to get fit, you almost immediately, like, relate that to going to the gym or training or... But actually, it's a lot more than that.
Oh, massively. Like, when you become a mum and... Do you know what I was going to say, actually? That point you've just said is, like, absolutely right. But as well, being in the public eye or not, I just think when you're a mum and you have a baby, there is so much pressure, it's ridiculous, for people to, like, I don't know, get back into their jeans or, you know, spring back. And I actually think... No, because deep down there's not. It's only what you're reading on the surface. You know, like in terms of like the online forums,
I think
social media.
It's just there's so much focused around body image after you've had a baby, and whether you're showing off like how amazing you look or showing off that you've still got, you know, your
or you might have stretch marks,
like you've got stretch, or
you're still carrying loads of weight. I mean, I breastfed both of mine exclusively, and I did eventually lose my baby weight, not massively with Rosie, just saying, still carrying it, but with little Paul. But I didn't bounce back. I didn't spring back. I just took my time with it. Because some people do naturally lose weight and it falls off them like you can't believe. And they can't help it. It's just what happens to their body.
Yeah, cool.
And others, it's stubborn and it sticks around for like donkey's years.
It's like
we're all different,
different bodies. Like there's no right or wrong way of doing it. Like, you know, like what you say, obviously we're all different. And it's like the same with me. With Nelly, I put on a lot of weight everywhere, right? I was still bumped, but afterwards I felt like it was, I don't know, it was just like sort of a bit of weight everywhere. Whereas with Arthur, I was all like baby bump. And then when I had him, like quite shortly after, it sort of, I mean, your body does change, don't get me wrong.
It does, yeah.
But I felt like I lost my extra baby weight, let's say, quicker with Arthur than what I did with Nelly.
You're like at the perfect example of what I just said. You had your kids and naturally after Arthur, you lost all your baby weight naturally. You didn't go out your way to lose weight, do a fad diet, you know, train every day. That happened to you. That didn't happen to me with Rosie. And I exclusively breastfed. When apparently when you breastfeed, you lose your weight like that. But that didn't happen for me. And I just think, again, that just proves that, you know, even though it wasn't like Billie wasn't out there trying to lose all her baby weight, it just happened naturally for her. Everybody's different and you really shouldn't put yourself under pressure. You shouldn't compare yourself to anybody because honestly, it is really hard to do that. And you look at some people or celebrities or influencers and you're like, oh my gosh, like she's actually got a six pack and her baby's like 1. Like,
yeah,
you know,
it doesn't matter. Like,
it doesn't matter.
Like, okay, yeah, that's great. And that, you know, they might
that
feel
person
great.
looks amazing or whatever, but it doesn't have to be your journey or your story.
Like I'm sorry, I've never had a six pack. I'm still waiting for mine.
I think I had a six pack once. I'm talking pre-kids here, guys. I've still always said though that I want to get my stomach muscles back.
Yeah, but equally, I think like don't rush. Like there's no. I hate the fact that people and mums would feel under pressure to get their body back like weeks after they've had a baby. Like, I think you just that point of your life, it's just.
It should just be you focusing on you and the baby and this whole new world that you've entered. And you know what happens when you have a baby? After about 6 months, you're like, oh, I've got this now. I can do this.
You're in the rhythm of
in the rhythm of things. And then if you feel like you want to take time for yourself and have an hour here or there or, you know, start cooking yourself healthy meals and sort of done with the tea and toast every day. And that's fine. But I don't think there should ever be a time limit. And I think there is so much confusing information out there and pictures and it's just not reality. And the reality is that everybody's body types are different. You know, we all go through different things in life and everyone's babies are different.
Also, as well,
if you've got a crier,
your body changes as well, I think, after you've had a baby. Like, I notice, like, with my body personally, like, I've got this, I mean, I've always had the stubborn pouch. I always call it my pouch, like, on my belly. Like, I always think that is my stubborn fat area.
Yeah.
Like, I always struggle. That's the last bit to go. Well, it never goes. It's always there.
Yeah.
But it's like, since having a baby, I feel like it's almost like stretched out more and it's the first place that bloats.
Yeah. Oh, it's so many different things.
Like,
but with me as well, mine's all over, to be honest.
You like some people say, oh, it's my arms or it's my legs or that. My stomach is like
your little mum pouch.
My mum pouch, my problem area.
So I just think like if you've just had a baby and you feel, you know, the pressure to kind of get your body back into shape and you don't really want to go to the gym, you feel a bit anxious and stuff. I think there's so many options out there as well, isn't there? Like,
I think like maybe because it is quite daunting unless you've got a PT at the gym, right? Walking into a gym on your own, like
9 times out of 10 you don't really know what you're doing.
Exactly. I think like join a class with a friend, like make it something maybe once a week that you can enjoy and build up to, like build your confidence up, or go for a walk, like just get moving, you know, like get like a coffee and go for like a nice walk, or I don't know, like even what I was saying, like with the Reformer Pilates, like I go there on my own, but actually a few of the girls are like, oh, can I come with you? Like Fern's come with me a few times, a couple of the other girls want to start doing it. Like it does make it nice. A bit more of a nice social kind of occasion. Yeah, I think classes are nice as well because you're all in there doing it together, and you feel like you feel more motivated. I was doing these HIIT classes before actually, and they were so fun. Yeah, like, it depends what kind of workout you want to do. And I was doing a HIIT class once a week, and that was really fun because it's also like high intensity, but the music's loud. You haven't got time to even think about who else is around you because you're so kind of into the HIIT class. That's quite a good one to do. But this is it as well. I think we all, like in our heads, we would think, oh, what's that person thinking of me? Or what do they... Oh, yeah, but honestly, no, when you're there to do a class, you're in the zone. Yeah. No one cares. Like, just enjoy it. Get your friend to go with you.
Exactly. Or even if you're really not in the mood to do that, but you still want to do something, there are so many amazing apps. Like, there are so many fitness apps
to do from home.
Even like on your, like, if you've got one of those smart TVs now, like, there is so much fitness out there that you can do from home. And I remember in the first lockdown, like, Paul and I was training every day. Like, Paul done so well, but that was all at home on FaceTime. Like, there are so many options, guys. Like, don't feel the pressure to, you know, get in the gym every day at 6 a.m.
Yeah.
So should we talk about our exercise routines, or pre-kids, after kids, during? So I just wanted to say, right, this is really funny. So I was kind of getting into my fitness a bit more before I fell pregnant this time. And I was like, do you know what? I'm actually going to do low impact rides on the Peloton 3-4 times a week this pregnancy. To keep myself going, you know. I owe that to myself, you know, to keep the fitness there. Have I done it once? No. Not once in 20 odd weeks, honestly. What is it? I don't know. I think when you are full pregnant, I just think you think that. But honestly, I don't sit down. I'm constantly on my feet.
You've got 2 young children to look after. The last thing you want to do is then get on the Peloton.
But I really wanted to do half an hour low impact, like a few days a week. And I still want to do that.
You might find the time a bit, like, you're still quite early on in pregnancy. Like, you might find, like, you know, when you get that second wind of energy in pregnancy, you might get that. Well, at least you go on your Peloton. Mine's still in the garage with cobwebs on it.
How many times have you been
on
it? There, once.
I think I've been on it once. I'm not even joking. It was one of those mad lockdown
buys. No, but I've always, I mean, you know, I've always loved fitness. Not saying that I'm a picture goddess or whatever, but like I've always enjoyed exercise, and it's never been that consistent. So I've always sort of dipped in and out.
Yeah, same.
But I do really enjoy exercise. There's always been parts of my life, and I do think it's having small children and juggling work. You know, I'm not making excuses, because, you know, everyone should find time and what have you.
No, but it's so true.
It is really hard when your children are as young as ours and you're working all the time. Because,
and it's also like the school routine. So let's say you've got to get them ready for school, and then like drop them to school 9 o'clock. Okay, if you're not going on to work at that time, then you can go and exercise. 9 times out of 10, you're going to work from 9 o'clock. So it's like, and then when you get home, you know, I've done it a couple of times where I've exercised in the evenings, and my goodness, all day you're talking yourself out of it.
Yeah.
I think I have to get up and get it done.
It has to be done. And in the summer months, before I fell pregnant this time, I was doing it before the kids were getting up, and that was great. But then, like, you know, work goes in and out of periods, and then sometimes work picking up really busy, and I'm like, actually, no, pick them up from school, you do the dinner thing and whatever, and then you might have more work to do in the evening. The last thing you want to do is get up at 5:30 and train. It is hard.
Yeah,
and I think
it's hard to find the time and juggle if you don't have like a fixed work schedule. Like our work schedules are
all
different,
over the place,
all different timings. It's not, you know, 9 to 5 Mondays. It's all over the place. But having said that, when I'm into it, right? So recently I've been doing a lot of reformer Pilates, and I haven't done it the last few weeks, right?
Yeah.
And I think about it every day and think, why am I not finding that hour of time? Because actually, although it does obviously physically help, like when you exercise your body, but I really do find that mentally it makes me feel so much better.
It does.
It's also like, you know, going back to the mum thing again, it's also that hour that you take for yourself out of your day where you actually think, I'm doing something I'm enjoying, it makes me feel good, and it's going to, at the end, make me look better as well, which
Absolutely.
makes me feel better.
You're working towards something, yeah.
But the last few weeks, I literally, there's been no time, and I keep thinking to myself, why am I making excuses, finding the time? But there is no time. So it's like that vicious circle of...
It has been extremely busy for you over the last couple of months.
Yeah.
Like, I do think you shouldn't be so hard on yourself. But, you know, I always think if I can't fit in the exercise 1 month, let's say, but then I think, right, I don't really sit down. You're not sitting down. It's not like you're a couch potato.
No.
You're constantly on your feet, constantly busy. But I also think, like, you know, having healthier options in your lifestyle can make a huge difference to that. Like, don't get me wrong, you know, I do have quite a balanced diet, and I do love a treat.
Just to let you all know, we had a sausage roll and a bacon roll this morning when we come in.
But
it's all about balance.
It is, and I just think, like, I am quite good with my vitamins and my minerals, and, you know, drinking plenty of water and stuff like that. I just think that, you know, if I haven't trained that much in a month, I just think, well, you know what? At least some of my food intake options have been good.
Do you know what? I do think it is about, like, obviously we've both made it very clear, like, we love exercise, but we're not consistent. We're not people that train 3-4 times a week every week. We just don't do that. We dip in and out, but we're very active, I would say.
Constantly on the go.
I think diets, like, we do, like, we love home cooking. You know, I other than, like, maybe weekends or you know, if we're out and about, but I do cook all the time at home.
Same, yeah.
And also,
we are the cooks as well, aren't we?
Yes.
Mind you, Greg gives it a go sometimes.
Yeah, but not for a while. He hasn't.
See, I do all the cooking in our house.
Yeah, I pretty much recently I've been doing all of it, but drinking lots of water, vitamins and stuff. But I think it is about balance, isn't it?
Yeah. Again, it's just like...
I mean, I'm not going to lie as well. I do love a glass of wine. But obviously, Samantha's, you can't drink wine at the minute.
I don't drink it, yeah.
But I do sometimes think, not that I you know, I'm not a binge drinker. I might have, like, a few glasses, let's go for dinner, or obviously weekends and stuff. But sometimes, like, I mean, alcohol is the devil, isn't it? Sometimes. Like,
well, I think especially when you're busy, when you're working as much as... you know, we do, and even if you have a couple glasses of wine, that can make your day a lot harder. Oh
gosh, it's not like, I think to myself, like, if you go out and then you drink and then the next day, like, obviously I'm talking about if you're going on a night out.
If I have a night out, I mean, obviously I'm not having nights out at the moment, but pre-falling pregnant, if I was to have a night out, honestly, and I'm not just saying it, I know I'm only 31, but it takes me 3 days.
Yeah, the hangover. This is what I'm saying. Like, when you have it's different going out with friends, couple of drinks, whatever, that's fine. It does still make you feel a bit groggy the next day.
Yeah.
But I think when you have, like, these big nights out, obviously there was quite a few over the Christmas period.
Yeah, you had quite a lot.
The next day, you just want to eat rubbish.
Yeah.
And then you feel rubbish.
You back a whole week almost with your diet.
But don't get me wrong, like, at the time it's so much fun and it's like, let's go.
YOLO, woo!
Yeah, woo, party.
But honestly, like, if you're in your 20s, you're listening to this, honestly, enjoy your big nights out.
Yeah.
Because as soon as you hit 30, I don't know what happens, but it's so much harder to recover.
So much harder.
And no matter what you take or how healthy your lifestyle is in between, them hangovers really get you.
Oh, they do. Oof.
They do, don't they?
It's just stuff. Yeah, it's something about when you hit 30. When I hit 30, my hangovers got 10 times worse.
I know. What is that?
It's really weird.
Really hard. But anyway, let's talk a bit about, like, fad diets. Like, have you ever been one to do, you know, a fad diet or like one of those crazy 5-day diets?
I remember, I think the only fad, it's not really a fad diet, but I've tried to juice before, right?
Right, yeah.
Day one of juicing, by the afternoon, I'd give it up. I think, like, if you're going to diet, right, if you want to, like, diet, let's say, it is just, you've got to just have a balance. You've just got to eat healthy, haven't you?
You just have to literally cut out the
fried,
crap. Processed crap. That is literally it.
Like, fresh
you can still
food.
even have sugar, but you just don't have the refined rubbish sugars.
Yeah.
You just, you know, there's ways around it. And, yeah,
I
can't do those fad diets.
If, let's say,
I can't diet, actually.
I can't go on strict diets at all.
No.
But I can be good if I really want to. Like, and by good, I mean I could cut out, like, tea. Like, I love tea, but I could cut out biscuits with my tea.
I could do that. I
could cut out bread, as hard as that is to me. I could cut out bread because actually, when I do eat bread, it does make me feel like rubbish.
Yeah, it's much gluten.
But I just can't do the whole strict
fad diet.
No,
thing.
it's not for me.
I honestly just think that it's just a short-term solution and it's not long-term. But, you know, people have different goals. Let's say you're doing, like, a girls' weekend in Ibiza, or you're getting married, or, you know, they're a short-term fix, but long-term, I just don't think that they're that great.
Yeah.
Probably quite controversial, but that's just how I just think that's how I feel. But you know what, as well, actually, what would be quite good to do? People are having their is it their blood group or something tested? You know, like, so what might work for you might not work for me. So, like, if you wanted to lose weight and sustain keeping the weight off, it might be that I can't have a certain vegetable or a certain meat. Do you know what I mean? Like, what is that?
We've been talking about this for ages. Me and you have said we want to do a test, you know, like,
DNA test to find out
what we're allergic
or
to.
Any intolerances.
We need to do that.
We should do that because that'd be quite interesting because a friend of mine done it and she was allergic or she was intolerant to a type of grape. She was like, I wondered why I was so sick and ill every time I was drinking a wine or whatever that had grape. I don't know, something like that. But it just shows you like how you can break it down.
We've got to do that.
Yeah.
I do think now, like, this last sort of year, things have changed with posting on Instagram. I mean, I love seeing an amazing, like, glamorous picture.
Yeah,
I appreciate it and I love it. But I think a lot of people as well tend to do like this Insta versus reality now. So people are like same sort of light, same bikini, same picture, but different pose, different angle. And actually, I think it's a good thing because we've all done it, haven't we? Like, there's certain lights.
Can I just say, I haven't posted my body in yonks. I'm just trying to look at my Instagram now.
I think I posted some bikini pics
when I was in Dubai. You do look amazing though.
But I'm really clever about how I post them because there's certain areas of my body, right?
So I think posted my body in time.
I think I posted a picture in Dubai and you couldn't really. It was like my arm was sort of covering my pouch, my little mum pouch on my belly, and actually then loads of people comment saying, "Ooh, somebody's hiding a baby bump," and I'm like, "No, that's just alcohol because I'm in Dubai."
This is my wine pouch and my bread and butter and alioli.
Full of food and wine.
Don't get twisted, guys.
But no, I do think I actually do. I really appreciate as well these Insta versus reality posts because I think it's quite important.
And you do look at them and you think, oh, that's all right, at least, I'm pretty normal.
And also it's something that we've all been there. We've all like, when you take a picture and you're like, oh, that light, like, look at me, look at the lighting, and then you like change the angle or,
But this is what I'm talking about pap pictures, right? Because I've had some naughty, disgusting pap pictures.
Same here.
On holiday, even in a private resort, you do not expect to get pictured on a private resort. That's what you pay for the exclusives. You don't post about the hotel, whatever else.
Yeah.
I have been done so many times and they're always the most disgusting, unflattering images. So much so that it's, I've resorted to tears because I'm looking at the pictures and looking at myself and I'm like, it doesn't actually even look like me facially, my body, my colour.
Yeah.
It just sometimes the lighting, the angles, and I do think sometimes when paparazzi get a really bad bikini picture, they play around with the saturation to make it look worse because... I go quite dark on holiday. For some reason, in any pap picture I get papped on holiday, they pull out my tan. And I'm like, why do I look like that?
No, I've had many awful, sneaky bikini pap pictures. It's horrible because you get that feeling, don't you? Like, but then your heart goes. And
and I do. That is one of the downsides, I think, about being in the public eye because it's different if you're walking along an open beach, in the middle of wherever and you've posted about being there. But I've been in like so many situations where I'm in a private resort and I haven't posted that resort and they still picture you. I don't think that should be allowed.
No. But there's something about being papped in your bikini as well, right? It's like, if we want to post pictures in our bikinis, we're in control of it and that's fine.
Well, and it's our body as well.
But then it's like when you get sneakily pictured, and it's happened to me before, I'm sitting on the sun lounger like bending over doing something with the kids or, just unflattering, awful angles. Things which I personally wouldn't choose to post of me because it's just a normal thing I'm doing. But then when you get pap doing it and it's all over Daily Mail Online...
Well, I had the worst ones. I was actually pregnant with Rosie and I was about just under 3 months pregnant and... you feel a bit like jelly and I don't know, you're not 100%.
You just feel groggy,
and no one knows, so it wasn't like it was public knowledge or anything, so I just had that kind of in-between look and I was pulling my bikini bottoms out. So do you know, like when you stand up sometimes your bikini bottoms are like stuck to your bikini line, so I was like pulling out my bikini bottoms as I was standing up, and they actually used that picture and I thought that was so intrusive. I'm like, okay, take a picture of me, whatever, blah, 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 it's a bad angle. But I was actually like pulling my bikini bottoms out of my vagina, basically.
Yeah.
Do you just think like, that's really unnecessary and really intrusive?
I just don't, I think that they're
ruthless, they don't care, do they? And a bad bikini pap picture for a pap is a really good payday, so there's not really much we can do about it.
True.
Cover up.
Yeah.
So what are your favourite treats?
Oh, I really like savoury snacks.
Same.
So I love crisps and dip. I like...
I bought us some crisps today, actually.
Oh, yeah, no, I could eat a packet of crisps. Also like peanuts and...
You love a peanut?
I love a peanut. I like a savoury snack. Also, my only real downfall for sweet things would be tea and biscuits. I
haven't got a massive sweet tooth.
not massively into chocolate or sweets or cakes. I just like a cup of tea and biscuits from time to time.
And my favourite takeaway's got to be, I love a curry.
Oh, see, I like a Chinese.
I love a Chinese,
yeah.
But I prefer to eat a Chinese in a Chinese restaurant. I don't know why. And I
get that.
And sometimes
it's
a
better.
curry takeaway can just be just as good as eating it in the curry. But
in the curry.
But I love a pizza. I like everything, to be honest. I'm a bit into everything.
Yeah, no, I do.
I love bread and butter.
Oh, I love bread and butter on holiday.
Bread with like butter and then salt. Oh, could eat that now. Okay, so it's that time of the podcast for Ask Us Anything. First question is, how do you cope with mum guilt? My son is 10 months and I've just gone back to work and I'm struggling to balance it all and feel guilt leaving him. Right. Well, we're all with you, hun.
We are the epitome of mum guilt because we have been through this so much, haven't we?
So much over the years. And no matter what you do, unfortunately,
when you're a working mum,
it's really hard to avoid. It does get easier because the kids get older and then, you really appreciate the kids, understand and appreciate what you're going to work for.
Yeah, of course.
But it's just hard, isn't it? 10 months as is a baby as well, so I can guess she's probably feeling really like missing her son. And
it's really hard. But do you know what? Sometimes I do think you got to do what you got to do, and actually don't beat yourself up about it. You're doing this for a good cause because you
want the best for your children,
like you're, exactly. And to be honest with you, I just think that as long as you feel like the baby is happy and safe, whether it's with he or she's with childcare or with grandparents or whatever, don't overthink it. I do think it is hard, and we've always said, oh, mum guilt, mum. We do because we juggle, and there's been times where we've had to leave the kids or not be there or miss certain things. And
I think if it's to the point where it's really affecting you that bad, then make some slight changes in your lifestyle, with your job, with your family, with your partner. It's something that you should just open up and talk to with your partner about, and your closest family if you've got that around you.
The thing is, you need support. If you've got a good support around you, it's going to make your life so much easier to go to work. If you leave your baby knowing, right, he or she is happy, they're in a lovely, nice, comfortable place, then you're going to come home and you're going to feel good about that day. But if you ever feel doubt and you're worried, then like what Samantha said, just make some small changes to make it work for you and your family. Everyone's different.
But honestly, don't beat yourself up about it because we all go through mum guilt.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Even if you're not a working mum, honestly, the guilt, and it doesn't leave.
No,
I think it's going to be around forever.
Yeah, I think it's just like
part of it.
It's a natural instinct, isn't it, of being a mum? There could be a million and one things you might feel guilty about.
Honestly, even if, because Paul and I juggle it together, so even if I'm at work and obviously Paul's got the kids, totally fine. I don't even bat an eyelid. Even if I'm stuck in traffic and I said I'll be home at a certain time and I'm like an hour late because I've been in traffic.
Yeah.
I feel guilty.
You do.
And I'm like, that was out of my control. Yeah, it's just traffic.
But it's just one of those things.
So don't worry.
Even at home at night, there's so many situations where, say the kids want my attention, but I'm trying to do something on my phone for work, and then I get into bed and I think to myself, oh, I feel so guilty. I should have actually just put my phone down but then, our jobs, like we've said earlier, it's not, you don't switch off at any given time. It's, it's technically 24 hours. But I think if it's any comfort at all, know that you're not alone with the mum guilt.
100%.
Because we all feel it. You just got to try and do whatever makes...
And it does get easier.
It does get easier, and just do whatever makes you feel the most comfortable. And don't push yourself too far with it either.
Exactly. Right, so next question. If you could go back and tell your 16, 18 or 21-year-old self anything, what would it be? What would it be for you?
I think for me, it would be... Oh, I don't know, actually. It's quite a difficult one.
So I was thinking about this, and I know what mine would be. It's a bit different to the usual. But mine would be to teach myself or go and do a course on... You're going to agree with me on this one. VAT, tax, know your numbers. Because honestly, guys, they do not teach you that stuff at school.
And that
has been my hardest struggle in. And you know, I've owned multiple businesses for about 11 years now, and I still. Well, actually, no. It's only been the last couple of years that I've started to really understand. You know, finance and investing and, you know, tax and VAT. And I think that is so crucial, you know, in your life
when you're
as you get into an adult.
As well.
And I mean, obviously they should be teaching you that in school, but they don't. Unfortunately, they don't teach you any of that in school.
Do you know what?
They should. So important.
They should almost brush over the basics of it. Like, it should be like a general knowledge topic, because actually... Yeah, like that is the one thing that I get so confused about all the time.
All the time. And do you know what? I do think, maybe going a bit deep, but I do think sometimes like they don't teach you about investing in finance because they want you to be in the normal 9-to-5 job. They don't want you to be a CEO.
Yeah,
I don't know.
But also, it's like managing your money. Like
exactly,
a lot
money management.
Money, like
all of it.
That's such a big thing, because actually a lot of... Like we was lucky because I think Mum was always so like sensible with us, but
like to buy a property, let's say.
Yeah,
but in all these like 11, 12 years I've been running business and stuff, like it's still been really hard for me to get my head around it. Had I'd learnt that at 16, you know, you're winning, you're ahead in life. So basically, if you're 18, 16, 21, go and teach yourself, if you don't already know. You can do online courses.
Yeah.
You can read books. You know, it's all on the internet. But just teach yourself a bit about,
especially if you
money.
do want to do your own business or
you
know, that kind. I think it would be a massive. That would be a massive starting step, wouldn't it?
100%. That would literally save me years. I would be in a different place now if I knew about that before, especially investing. Anyway, next question. So, could either of you see yourself living abroad? If so, where?
So this is quite funny actually, because Greg and I had this conversation the other day. I said to him, my goal for the future is when we're older, let's say like, I don't know, mid-40s to late 50s, I really would love to own a property abroad somewhere. I don't know where, but I would love a holiday home.
Yeah.
And I said to Greg, and then when we're really old, I would prefer to live there most of the year and then maybe come back here and have a property here, because our nan and granddad, well, in fact, Nanny Wendy and Grandad Mick, both sets of Nanny and Grandad, they have both done that. They've lived half in Spain and half over here. Now, I honestly could tell you, when they're in Spain, they are just so much happier, aren't they? They're more, the lifestyle is nicer, they're walking, the weather's warmer, so their bones are... The sea air, they're swimming, they're going on the beach, they're going out for dinner all the time. Like, their lifestyles are amazing. When they're over here, they're sat in the lounge... You know, Nanny's going Sainsbury's, and it's like the same. And I just said to Greg, actually, do you know, and Greg said to me, we had a bit of a debate about it, because he went to me, there's no way, you know, you're going to have grandchildren, you know, Nelly and Arthur have kids. I said, yes, I will be saying to them, darling, why don't you fly out and see me the weekend?
Yeah.
Come out, I'll be back and forth commuting.
I just you'll have, hopefully, you know, you'll have the holiday home.
Yeah.
And you'll have the grandkids and everyone coming and going. And
exactly. And I would just really like, that is just my future goal, to have a home abroad somewhere and then just live between the both when I'm retired.
Definitely. I think in life it's really important to, it's hard to say because I know that it doesn't work for everyone in this way, but if you can, to live a part of your life abroad, it's incredible. Like, to actually live somewhere different to when you have your whole entire life, and for your children and your grandkids, like to have that option to have, you know, a different, like when we was growing up, most of our holidays were in Spain because our grandparents had places in Spain. But how nice is that for us?
Yeah, just being able
and easy for mum as well. Like,
like
holidays,
a family home, just to go back. And that's what I said to Greg, what I would eventually really love to do, have a family home somewhere abroad.
I think I would live abroad somewhere permanently for a substantial amount of time. But for me, England is always home.
Yeah,
I
same.
think, a little while ago, I was like, well, years ago now, I was like, I'd love to live in America. That would never have been forever. I was thinking,
my gosh, remember
do you
when you was going to LA?
I wanted to do like a year or 2 years in America before little Paul started school. Didn't work out. But I still would like to do something like that. I've always loved the thought of living in Switzerland for a few years. But for me, England will always be my home. This will always be my base. I love the UK.
Same here.
I just love my home. But it's not to say that I don't want to travel and live other places throughout my lifestyle. Lifetime.
Right, so I think that's all we've got time for today. We hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for listening.
Thanks, guys. And make sure you keep sending us in your questions. We love to hear from you all. And also you can watch us on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe and comment.
Yeah, and also you can DM us on the Sam and Billie Show Instagram with any topics or any questions you got for us.
See you next time.
See you
Bye,
next
guys.
time. Bye.